Some township businesses have been given a shot in the arm through a well-known brand of beer. The 35 million rand investment is going to some 50 SMEs. One of those businesses is Aubtec Kitchens, run by Aubrey Koma. He joins us now to explain this project more in detail. Very good afternoon to you, Aubrey. Thank you for your time. SMEs are the backbone of employment in South Africa, especially now, of course, looking at what the economy is looking like and how many people are really out of work, people who don't have jobs. You've been recognized as one of the 50 SMEs to benefit from this initiative. Talk to us about what your business is about and how this boost will make a difference in your business.
All right. Thank you so much for inviting me. This recognition by Kasalaga, the Keep It Within campaign, will actually assist us by getting the marketing and awareness we have been looking for. We've been in business for over 5 years, and one of the challenges we've been having as a small business was actually creating an awareness for the business. So being featured on this limited edition can by Kasalaga will actually seen by customers not only in Polokwane but as in Limpopo, but across South Africa as well.
Talk to us about your business. What is it that you do?
Okay, Aubtec is actually a manufacturing company. So what we do, we manufacture kitchen units and cupboards. We also do TV stands, we also do school furniture, your office units. But also, we are also focusing on cutting and aging. Cutting and aging is more like a secondary department of our business, whereby we cut boards into pieces according to how customers require them.
So as a small business, what are some of the challenges that you've encountered? I mean, especially looking at the very specifications that you need to have in terms of skill and listening skills when it comes to communicating with your client. What are some of the big challenges you've come across?
As a township business, one of our biggest challenge was actually winning over the township market. We are actually based 30 kilometers out of Polokwane, but then our challenge is you still find people thinking that things are cheaper in town, whereas they can support the local businesses. So I'm thinking this campaign will actually connect us to the locals to actually create that bond between us. Then
And when it comes to the staff that you employ, I mean, how much of a difference do you think your business has made in, ensuring that people are employed and the area is serviced by your expertise?
We started by having 4 employees, and now we are having over 14 employees. So I'm hoping after the campaign, we are projecting that we might at least employ another 2-3 people. Yeah.
And when it comes to the day-to-day runnings of the business and managing expenses and looking at marketing and really communicating your business and skill set to the township economy, what has that experience been like? I mean, you make mention of the perceptions when it comes to your clientele, but perhaps delve deeper.
Okay, thank you for that. Coming from a background of not having a business skills, it was actually challenging. But we were actually fortunate to get into the SAB program, whereby we were actually equipped with skills such as how to manage finances, admins, customer services. And then after the program, we have seen an improve into the business and also to communicate with the customers. But coming from a background where you were not having any type of a business skill, they actually assisted us into building our foundation and also making sure that we are actually running a business, like a business here.
What sort of advice would you give to people who may be watching, looking at the work that you've done, and also perhaps also have some sort of skill set when it comes to the carpentry interior design space, what advice do you give to those who may want to establish a business such as yours?
Okay, my advice will actually focus on the youth of South Africa. My advice I would say, as a youth myself, it's not easy, but I encourage South African youth not to give up. If when you know that there's something that you want, you actually want, you must just go for it. Myself, I started as a handyman, and then but I knew that I want to be qualified as a carpenter. But then now I'm a qualified carpenter. So what I will say to my fellow youth, it's not easy. Let's not give up. The economy is actually depending on us. So it's up to us to build the economy of South Africa as the youth of this country.
And a lot of perhaps the perception around being self-sufficient and getting a job or running a business, a lot of perceptions out there would be that you would need to go to a university and get a degree. What are the benefits of having a skill such as carpentry? I mean, some young people may underestimate the potential there within that space.
Okay. Without having a proper qualification, not necessarily a degree or a diploma, just by acquiring that certificate alone, I mean, you will be able to enter many doors. Without the certificate, and you want to do like your government tenders or even a simple contract, without having something that is going to back up. I mean, I think it's very important to always have a paper to say, even if something goes wrong, you can show that this person was actually qualified to do this job. So it's very important to get some sort of a qualification, even if it's not a degree, a diploma, but a certificate. I mean, we have so many FETs in the country, and then it's also free to get that education. I encourage our youth to get the necessary documents to do all this to get the certificate for the skill jobs.
And Aubrey, very lastly, I mean, we see as we're speaking to you the beautiful work that's displayed of the designs and the sort of quality of your work, in terms of pictures. But when it comes to perhaps the vision for your business and what you're hoping to achieve over the next couple of years, where are you looking and how far, how much do you want to grow?
Okay. We are actually in the township whereby we don't get a lot of like if we check our database, like we normally go through our databases to check our customers as to the age group, what age group are we getting as customers. But we notice that we are actually not getting youth as carpenters coming to buy stock, coming to cut from us. So I said to myself, I'm going to set my 5-year goal, which is to establish a skill development center in Mankweng, whereby I'm going to give back to our youth, regardless of race, regardless of gender. So my goal now is to actually teach the community of Mankweng woodwork. So I think it's possible. That's my goal now. That's my focus now, that I want to build a skill development center in Mankweng.
What sort of attitude are you finding with young people as you make mention of woodwork? I mean, it doesn't sound like a glamorous career, yet it may prove to be really beneficial in terms of satisfaction when you look at the work you've done and how beautiful it is and the business that you're building.
Gosh, yeah. Sometimes I get so stressed when I look at my fellow youth. I don't know how to say it, but the way I'm so eager to do things, I wish the next person will have that dream to say, I want to not necessarily say I want to look like Aubrey or I want to achieve what Aubrey has achieved, but at least to have a goal that somebody can wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to chase this goal. So looking at my some of my peers, some of my age group, not eager or not having that focus to say, this is what I want to achieve in 3 years. I mean, as a youth of this country, it's really stressful. Yeah.
Very well. Thank you so much, Aubrey. Thanks for your time. Aubrey Koma, the founder and managing director of Aubtec Kitchens, speaking to his experiences as a township entrepreneur and the many challenges he faces, but of course rounding off that discussion with some words of encouragement for the young people who may be looking to establish a business such as his.